What if new students enrolled into your school or your coaching business automatically without you having to chase them down or run some crazy promos just to get them to come in the door? In this video, I'm going to actually share with you how you can get enrollments and new clients on autopilot inside of your extracurricular programs like martial arts or music, all the way to the education side like tutoring or coaching. And I'm also going to share with you how we've actually helped some other clients do this exact same thing, so you can see the power of this automatic system. If you're new here, my name is Jennifer Waters. First started building my own seven-figure business with my martial arts school with my family. I was 18. We were going to close our doors forever. I said, no, this is the thing I love to do. Really invested into mentorship and learning business systems and flipped that school from almost being shut down into $1 million business within 4.5 years. Fast forward another 10 years later, I started helping other schools and academies all over the world. And now for the last 5 years, we've helped over 550, close to 600 different schools and academies learn the exact same processes so they can hit their seven-figure dreams as well. And so most people actually think that when it comes to getting students that enroll automatically, clients that enroll automatically, that you really just need to hustle harder. You need to grind more. You got to do more. And what I found is that's not the case at all. The ones who actually grow faster, they enroll students more, they're rising up through from zero to $1 million a year in revenue is mostly because they automate the marketing and the sales process. And this is exactly what happened to Donnie and Ashley when they started working with us. They had a brand new school and had about 30 students, 35-ish students, came in, eyes wide open, just wanted to soak it all up. And they did. And as soon as we got their marketing system automated, we paired it up with the scalable sales framework. That's when the magic started happening. And in 5 weeks, they got almost to 100 students in 5 weeks just from this process. And the cool thing is that this process is repeatable. It's the same thing that one of my clients who's in Canada, Johnny, he uses the same exact process for his 7-figure a year school that he owns. Just automating the marketing, making sure that the things are happening that need to happen. And he doesn't even have to be there. His team enrolls students every single day, every single week, every single month. So let's dive into it. Does that sound good? I'm going to do a little bit of screen sharing with you guys, and we're just going to dive into how we actually do this at Seven Figure Dojo, my company, and how we help people scale. Before I go too far into this, though, I think it's important to understand what I would call the money map, because when you don't really understand how it's going to work, like going from zero to $1 million a year, you might start skipping steps that are really important. And we want to make sure that we definitely don't skip steps. So this is the money map. You see, when you are getting going and you're in this 0 to 10K area right here, a lot of times the things that you're dealing with is you're dealing with low cash flow and low enrollments. That's what we tend to see. And so it sounds like automating the system would be crazy to do. And what we find is when you do get to the point where you can automate a good chunk of it, you can move up into this 10 to 40K range. And in this range, though, what we find that people usually struggle with is unpredictable enrollments. So in both of these stages right here, automating this process is crucial if you ever want to move up into the 40K to 100K range. But in that range, now the thing that most people are missing is no team, and it's founder led. In other words, nothing works unless the founder works. And so here, having that scalable sales process is even more important. Let's dive into this. When it comes down to building this thing out, what does it actually look like? Well, first off, you need a magnetic marketing triangle. This magnetic marketing triangle is going to generate you leads every single day that can then be converted into students. You probably have seen this video on my channel. If you haven't, please do me a favor, tap the like button, subscribe, and then you can go check out that video. We'll leave it in the description too. where I dive into all of this specifically. I'm not going to get into all of it on this video, but you want to have this magnetic marketing triangle set up. Once that magnetic marketing triangle is set up, the next thing that we move into is actually our conversion process. And when we have our conversion process, really it's the conversion conveyor. This is how we get people from one side of that spectrum of I'm just raising my hand to the other side over here where I'm enrolled. I'm fully enrolled. I'm now a client. I'm a student. And this conversion conveyor has to be automatic. The way that we recommend that someone makes it automatic first is tech. Having a tech stack to do this is essential. Guys, it is, depending upon when you're watching this, it's either 2025 or 2026, and AI is amazing. So if we can get, our robot friend to help us out, then that's what we want. We want our robot to be able to help us convey people across this spectrum all the way to enrollment. Now, if you're afraid that the world is going to be taken over by robots, and, maybe that's true, who knows? But if you're afraid to do that, or you're like, man, I don't know how to do that, then there is the manual process. The problem that you're going to run into with manual is that it's very, very time consuming. Like, you're going to be spending your hours and your days just watching this clock go by and trying to keep up with everything, because I have to move this person down this conveyor belt each stage of the journey myself. And that's okay if I'm enrolling like 5-10 people a month. But imagine having to do this for 20 or 40 or 60 people, however many people that you're enrolling per month. If you're doing all of that manually, you have to do each stage 20 times in a row, each stage 40 times in a row. There's a lot of manual actions. So that's why we want to leverage tech, which we have a full tech stack that our clients usually get when they come in to our program. So that manual process goes away. There is no manual process. It's completed by tech. And then once we get over here to this side, we need a scalable sales system. Okay. Now, when it comes to scalable sales, what we're really looking at, I have a client, his name is Steve. And when Steve came in, he already had an existing school. It's a retired police officer. He'd been doing this on the side. He'd been training people, he'd been coaching them. And he really just wanted to make it a full-time thing. And he wanted to finally be able to focus on his business and grow it. But he knew there was a few pieces missing. One of those pieces was scalable sales. So one of the things that we work specifically on with Steve is helping him with the sales process. And when I say scalable sales, what I mean by this is that the system must work if you're doing 5 enrollments a month or 50 enrollments a month. It has to be scalable. We need the same process to work no matter what. Well, the thing is that when Steve actually started doing this, he was blown away, because instead of doing 1 enrollment or maybe even 10 enrollments within, a month, what he ended up with was actually 1 student a day for 90 days in a row. Can you imagine that? You get 90 people signing up in a 3-month window. And why was that possible? Because the sales process was scalable. If we look back here, we have to have the foundation side of this. We have to have our next piece. We call this the discovery. This is where we're figuring out why this person needs what we're offering. Then we have a key piece called the diagnosis. This is where we use our authority to make a recommendation. Like, hey, if you don't take care of this problem right now, this other thing that's undesirable is going to happen. Or you could let us deliver the results for you. And so that's delivery. And so the thing is because this is scalable, it just happens the same over and over and over again. It was easy. It was super, super easy for Steve to be able to scale like crazy and be able to hit 90 students a month. So if you want to be able to consistently generate new leads that turn into new students, automatically, those are the systems that you want to put in place. But if you want to know how to scale your business from zero to $1 million per year, we put together this video called the 7-Figure Blueprint. And it'll be linked up somewhere in the description so that you can check it out and really see how you take this type of information, implement it into your business so that you can scale all the way up to 7 figures and beyond. See you in the next one.